Hi everyone, welcome to Haight Avenue's video tutorial on how to assemble and display your beautiful pastel balloon garland. I want to thank you so much for purchasing one of my DIY kits. You'll notice in the VIP access you have a lot of information there, such as detailed written instructions along with photos and charts, so definitely take advantage of that. If you just so happen to stumble across this video, I'd like to invite you to click the link in the description and start shopping your next DIY balloon garland, or perhaps custom create your own masterpiece. You'll also notice that you've received a smaller bag that's labeled extra balloons. I noted how many medium-sized extra balloons I've provided and how many small-sized balloons I have provided. The reason why I gave you this is I kind of like to use this as a little bit of insurance. If you accidentally pop a balloon while inflating, go ahead and grab another balloon from this bag. Or let's say you come across a defective balloon, definitely use this. If you don't need these, that's great. What I suggest to do is just go ahead and fill it up with helium and use it as additional decor throughout your party. And last but not least, I want to go over your pumps. You should have received a top-of-the-line dual-action hand pump. This is to inflate your small balloons. You can also inflate all the other size balloons except for your extra large ones with this, but I personally like to use this to inflate my small 5-inch balloons. And last but not least, I provided everyone with a link to purchase an electric air pump just like this. This is not only to inflate your extra large balloons, but it's super helpful when it comes time to inflating the rest of the size balloons. Since inflating consumes the biggest part of assembling and displaying your garland, so if you have one of these, if you guys invest in one of these, it will cut your assembly time in half, and it is a lifesaver. Okay, so for the first step is to inflate all of your balloons. Your small balloon can take a max of 2 pumps. As mentioned before, I would suggest to use your hand pump for this one. Your medium-sized balloon can inflate up to 11 inches. So here's the thing about the medium-sized balloons. With the rainbow balloon garland, what I like to do is split my balloons in half. I like to inflate the first half to full capacity at 11 inches, again, 18 full pumps. And then the second half, I like to fill up about 60% to its capacity. So I would probably say this is about 14 to 15 pumps. So here's the 2 different sizes. I like this because it provides a lot of dimension to your garland. For your confetti balloons, if you decided to add on confetti balloons to this garland, this takes a max of 18 pumps. Be sure to watch my video tutorial in the VIP access on how to inflate these. These are pretty tricky. And last but not least, your 24-inch balloons. Again, I will show you how to inflate these later on in the tutorial. Now on to the fun stuff. You're gonna go ahead and take your balloon strip. You're gonna skip the first hole. This is where you're gonna be using to thread your twine through to hang your garland onto the wall. Once you look at your balloon strip, you're gonna notice that there are small holes and there are large holes. The medium balloons go inside of the large holes and the small balloons go inside of the smaller holes. What you're gonna do is, because this is a rainbow effect, we're gonna go ahead and start off with one color. There's no right or wrong way of assorting your colors. I'm gonna start off with purple. What I like to do is attach my 2 larger size balloons to the strip, and then I'm gonna switch off and attach 2 of the smaller size balloons onto the strip. So what you're gonna do is locate the large hole, thread the tail of the balloon through, and pull on so it's nicely secured. Then what you're gonna do is take your next large balloon, make sure you alternate sides for a full look, thread it through the next large hole, until it's safely secured. Your balloon garland should look like this so far. The next step is to skip the next large hole. This allows breathing room for your balloons, especially when it comes time to assembling your smaller balloons onto the garland. So again, I'm gonna skip the next large hole and start assembling my 2 smaller purple balloons. Again, alternating sides for a full look. And you're going to continue on this process until all of your balloons are attached. Alright, so once you're done attaching all of your medium-sized balloons onto your strip, go ahead and begin attaching your small 5-inch balloons. What you're going to do is go back into the garland strip and attach these to smaller holes. You're going to want to fill in every single small hole. There will be some times where you'll need to skip 1 to 2 holes. We just don't want it to be too tight, because if it does get too tight, balloons may pop. So let's just try to avoid that. So where we left off is we filled in the smaller holes with the smaller balloons. Now the next step is super fun. We get to hang it. For those of you who purchased a garland between 6 and 10 feet, go ahead and hang your garland as you see fit. You can do like a waterfall effect. You can have it curved. You can have it straight across. Since your garland is not consisting of extra large balloons, go for it. For those that purchased a garland 15 feet or above, you can actually go ahead and create a complete rainbow shape that is touching the ground. The garland that I'm assembling today is a 15-footer, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to hang the garland to where it touches the ground. So the way that I hang my 15-foot garland is I use a total of 3 hooks. The highest peak would be at 6 feet, and then there's going to be 2 more hooks on each end at about 5 feet. And it is going to be a total of 5 feet width that's going to be arching on the top. So if I have 5 feet arching at the top, I'm going to have 5 feet hanging on each end. You'll notice once I hang it, there's going to be about 1 foot extra that is bare from the end of the garland to the ground, and that's exactly what I want, because that's where I'm going to put my extra large balloons. So what I did is I already stuck my hooks, and I have my twine ready to go. What I did is I got my twine and I just made a quick little loop, and it's ready to hang. For those of you that didn't add on the extra large balloons or the confetti balloons, please skip the next 2 steps and proceed to the very last step. For those of you that did add these balloons on, go ahead and continue to watch. So to work with your extra large balloons, what I like to do is inflate them as I go along. This way I can make sure that my balloons are going to be to the exact size that I want them on my garland. So what I'm going to do is start inflating my very bottom balloons, which are going to be the pink and purple. I like to fully inflate these. These get up to a max of 24 inches, so I'm going to probably inflate it to about 22 inches. The way to inflate is you're going to use the back of 2 chairs. You're going to grab your 5-foot tape measure included in your worry-free kit. You're going to measure it out to ensure that you get it to exactly where you need it. Once you have a good measurement, you're going to start inflating. Once the balloon reaches the back of both sides of the chair, you are good to go. All right. So as you can see, we've got a big fella on our hands. What I do is I just wrap the tail around my finger and tie a knot. All right, so once you've inflated your first extra large balloon, what you're going to want to do is place it to where it's touching the ground. You're going to either need to take out one existing balloon that's on your balloon strip and replace it with this one, or if you have an extra large hole that is available, go ahead and stick it through. When you're adding your extra large balloons that are touching the ground, make sure that you add it a little bit higher up onto the strip, so you're not having a lot of slack with the balloon to where it's like rolling around like this. You definitely don't want that. So go ahead and find somewhere higher on the strip to where you can add this balloon. And it stays in one place. Okay. All right. And then next, we're going to continue on with the other colors. For this one, I'm not gonna really need my tape measure. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Feel free to do that, or if you prefer using the back of the chairs for a precise measurement, feel free to do that as well. Now what I like to do is just kind of eyeball it in a place where I want to place it. If it looks good, keep it this size. If not, inflate it. If it looks too big, take some air out. So to attach these balloons, again, you're going to either need to take out 1 to 2 balloons and replace it with one of the extra large balloons. Okay, so once you've rearranged all of your extra large balloons, the next step is to insert your confetti balloons. For 15 feet and below, you will receive 1 gold confetti balloon for every color separation. So there's 5 colors I'm providing you into this ombre balloon garlands. I'll be providing you 5 of these. For garlands that are 20 and up, you'll get an additional gold balloon per color. So you'll get a total of 10 of these. So what you're going to do is the same thing that you did with extra large balloons. You're going to determine where you're going to want to place the confetti balloon. You're going to pull out that balloon and replace it with the gold one. So for me, all right, now we are down to the very last step. It's attaching these small balloons onto your garland. What I like to do is use these as fillers. Also too, if you have leftover medium-sized balloons, feel free to fill in any of the empty spaces. I'm probably gonna add maybe another pink balloon right there just to make sure that I have a full base. Maybe add another purple one if I have another spare purple one. But this last step is to teach you how to fill in the empty spaces with the small balloons. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the the balloon sticker, and you're going to take a small balloon. You're going to peel the white paper off, and you're going to place the balloon sticker right at, I would probably say a little bit above the base of the tail. You're going to stick the sticker on. What I like to do is scratch it just to ensure there is a nice firm stick onto the balloon. You're going to peel the clear liner. If it's like a little difficult, just scratch a little more, and there you go. Now you are ready to go ahead and place it onto the garland. The reason why I have the sticker more towards the tail of the balloon is once you place it onto the garland, you will not see the tail in view whatsoever. So what I do is probably put this one right here, and boom. And you're going to continue on this step until all of your balloons, all your small balloons are filled onto your garland. Feel free to slam them on there, or if you prefer just to have a few, that's a-okay. All right, and there you have it. You guys created a beautiful pastel rainbow balloon garland. Please don't forget to take advantage of my VIP access, and if you have any questions in regards to assembly, please feel free to leave me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks guys, have fun celebrating, bye!